Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Elas Chevalier, and you're welcome back to the SCP Foundation. Let's hit the random SCP vote, shall we? Where will this take me? Okay. SCP-3418. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-3418 is contained on-site at Outpost 2418. Personnel assigned to Outpost 2418 are required to rotate out every 2 consecutive weeks, with staggered terms. Personnel must be observed by at least one other staff member while sleeping, without exception. Personnel are to maintain constant surveillance of the redacted river, and must retrieve instances of SCP-3418-1 on site, unless SCP-3418-2 is present. Personnel are to remain at least 20 minutes from SCP-3418, 20 meters from SCP-3418-2 at all times, and must not attempt interaction with the entity at any time for any reason. Upon identifying instances of SCP-3418-1, the individual's family or present living company will be located and administered Class A amnestics, misdirecting them to believe that the person in question was killed in a mundane manner. 5 instances of SCP-2418-1 will be held for research purposes. The remainder are to be incinerated. Verified 3418 clearance. Clearance verified. The Foundation is in contact with the Chinese government with a joint effort to prevent civilian movement into and out of the area. To prevent suspicion regarding mass disappearances, the 40-kilometer area surrounding SCP-3418 must be saturated with a Class B amnestic aerosol on a monthly basis. The local populace is to be monitored for adverse effects from the frequency of amnestic treatment. For each instance of SCP-3418-1 discovered, 1D class personnel shall be opportuned for Outpost 3418 to ensure that the human presence within SCP-3418's area of influence remains at 200 persons or greater. Description: SCP-3418 is a phenomenon occurring in the redacted river in redacted China. SCP-3418-1 are complete, recently deceased human remains which spontaneously manifest within a 700 meters section of the redacted river. In all cases where SCP-3418-1 have been identified, they have corresponded to reports of missing persons within a 40-kilometer area surrounding SCP-3418. These reports share a commonality in the victims was abducted while asleep with no witnesses. The cause of death of SCP-3418-1 is unknown. SCP-3418-1 exhibits abnormal decomposition and are not consumed by microbial, insect or animal life, enabling them to remain well preserved without external assistance. In contrast to the comprehensive cell death in all other tissue, the central nervous system of SCP-3418-1 remains alive and fully functional despite lack of oxygen and vital nutrients, and is capable of surviving indefinitely. Due to the complete lack of activity in the peripheral nervous system, sensory organs and other systems, all attempts to communication with or determine the level of consciousness, if any, in SCP-3419 have failed. Electrocephalogram and functional neurological imaging demonstrate high levels of activity. SCP-3418-2 is a massive aquatic entity which sporadically manifests within the area of SCP-3418. The entity resembles Bagarius yareli, couch or giant devil catfish. Let me see it. I see. And is selectively intangible, rendering it immune to physical damage or capture. SCP-3418-2 possesses intricate, faintly luminescent markings over its entire body. Additionally, its eyes are absent, the orifice instead filled with pale green, opaque gemstones which emit faint light. Undisturbed, SCP-3418-2 preys exclusively upon SCP-3418-1, swallowing the latter rapidly and whole. If interrupted, SCP-3418 will attack and consume the responsible party, if possible. SCP-2418-2 produces small amounts of neutron radiation and generates substantial Cherenkov radiation when manifested or vanishing. Addendum 3418-001 Timeline of SCP-3418 Discovered and Containment 2804 of the Redacted. Reports initially surfaced regarding human remains in the Redacted River in China. Situation is minimal, monitored by local Foundation assets due to the lack of evidence for anomalous involvement. 0205-2000 Redacted. Coroner's reports detailing abnormalities in the 4 recovered human remains in intercept by Foundation personnel. Recovered items are appropriately by the Foundation, as are several newly discovered remains of the Redacted River. Identity of the deceased successfully traced to missing persons in the Redacted area. 0705 Initial sightings of massive aquatic organisms in the Redacted River. Initial reports are unsubstantiated, but monitored closely by Foundation personnel due to proximity to another suspected anomaly. 1105 of 2000 Redacted. 7 further human remains are discovered in the Redacted River. Anomaly upgraded from extranormal event classification and designated SCP-3418. Exploration initiative authorized. 1505-2000 Redacted. Aquatic entity, now designated SCP-3418-2, encountered by Foundation exploration team. SCP-3418-2 successfully contained and transported to Redacted. 2 days later, SCP-3418-2 contained failure. 21 of the same month, SCP-3418-2 successfully contained and transported to Redacted. 1 day later, containment failure, 2 persons lost during breach. 25. Attempt made to destroy SCP-3418-2, attempt failed. 28. Same thing with same results. 31. Same thing with same results. 0106 of 2000 Redacted. Containment analysis of SCP-2418. 14 sets of human remains, now designated SCP-3418-1, are secured by Foundation personnel. Projections do not indicate viable long-term covert containment, preparations being for depopulation protocol. Depopulation protocol 85% successful, data expunge. No further anomalous activity observed. SCP-3418 declared neutralized. 2206 Report of SCP-3418-1 discovered originating from separate section of the Redacted River, redacted from the original site. 2506-2000 Redacted. Reports of SCP-3418-1 sustained. SCP-3418-2 identified. Data expunge. 0107-2000 Redacted. Present container procedures devices. Construction of Outpost 2418 began. My throat is killing me. How much do I have to read? It's not that much. Okay. Addendum 3418-002 Recovered materials. The first 4 instances of SCP-2418-1 were later confirmed to be members of HUCC, a Chinese occultist collective based on the beliefs of Redacted and possibly engaged in conflict with the Sia anomalous culture group. Materials recovered from the homes of the individuals in question were obtained and examined to provide insights into the nature of SCP-3418. Two relevant excerpts from the appropriated documentations are transcribed and translated below. Shadow is born from light. Darkness is born from nothing. Redacted is nothing. Redacted swims in the vast and empty sea between light and shadow. Eats the flame of life. Flames swallowed by the darkness may never rejoin the Father. They drown forever. Redacted. Date of quotation unknown, possibly redacted before Christ. Approximately. Redacted came from the Sea of Dreams. Redacted came through the Sea of Stars. Redacted came to the sea of our shores. It grasped our people in their sleep and drew them into its waters. I saw the pale flesh of our people. It was a lifeless prison for their flames. They were motionless. They could only wait to be devoured. When Redacted opened its maw to consume our people, a light pierced in the sky. Night became day. 3 hands reached out and engulfed Redacted in a vast blaze, casting it back into the darkness. Date quotation unknown, possibly 4 digits before Christ, approximately. This is the testament of our actions. Glory to the Radiant Father. The Redactor hungers, and it eats without restraint. The Radiant Father slumbers. He cannot help us. He cannot save us. We must destroy Redacted. Just as we are dreams in the sea of Redacted, we shall make Redacted a dream in the sea of us. We shall anchor it to the flesh with the sacred stones and expose it to the true flame. Writing 24/4 of 19 Redacted. Addendum 3418-003 Classified Records. Verified 3-3418 Clearance. I have it here. Clearance verified. The population protocol 85% successful. Remaining populace sterilized using containment 170 Kasuf. 2806-2000 Redacted. Earlier depopulated until 265 persons remain, which are retained to ensure localized containment of the phenomenon. Rates of SCP-3418 appears to increase at a linear rate with the populace of the surrounding area, suggesting that effective containment might be achieved by maintaining a small local population. Observation of containment efficiency begins. 30/06 of June 2000 Redacted. 1 agent lost during the night and later recovered as an instance SCP-3418-1. Observations of SCP-3418-2 note a marked decrease in size when compared to its original manifestation. Reason for this change is unknown, but it is speculated to result from the smaller depth and breadth of the river in comparison to the original site. Addendum 3418-004 Event 3418 Gen 1. Verified level 4. I have it here, luckily. On 12/2000 Redacted, a commercial fishing vessel in the South China Sea coordinates investigated what was initially believed to be a sonar malfunction, discovering what is presumed to be aquatic organisms of immense proportions. Observation of the entity only persisted for approximately 15 minutes until contact was lost. However, the crew reported seeing luminescence markings and massive pale green eyes. Approximate longitudinal size of the entity based on eyewitnesses' accounts and recovered instruments data is over 200 meters. The crew was administered Class A amnestics following interrogation and appropriation of instrument data. Analysis of recovered data later revealed a second anomaly. During the period of contact with the entity, the vessel's sonar system could not detect the ocean floor. Despite the relatively shallow depth of the region in question, the data remains under study. End log. So it's basically a mythological creature of China that eats drowned people that are taken out in their sleep. That was amazing. I hope you have a blast. I was the Lost Chevalier, signing out. Bye bye. See you next time on the Lost Chevalier channel. Bye bye.